Good morning to you. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. How y'all doing this morning? So it's early Monday morning. I actually had the weekend off. I actually got a Friday and Saturday off together. Didn't hear a peep out of work. And Saturday, Agent 00 Devin came back into town, so ran around a little bit, did some stuff with him, and then on Sunday, I didn't do that with nobody. Sunday was a no peopling day. And I didn't even let anybody in the world know I was awake till well after noon. I slept till noon anyway. So I got some sleep in, and then I cleaned up from Hurricane Teddy. Apartment's actually cleaner than it's been in a long time, because I had to go through and clean everything up from where Teddy came through. And boy, I tell you, it was a mess. It really was. Still got to replace the mini blinds up front, but I got curtains back up that have been pulled down, my blackout curtains. So for now, it's it's okay. The other thing that happened was my Williams came in that I won off of eBay, and I paid more for it than I care to admit. But I'm not sure what made it the luxury. I don't know enough about it to be quite honest. Even though everybody thinks I know everything about Williams, and I don't know. So anyway, this was distributed by Beecham Products of Pittsburgh, PA, and there we go. Sodium tallowate is the first ingredient, so it is the vintage stuff. Williams luxury soap. So I got 2 of these cakes in, and actually, that reminds me, I got to pay for an auction I won today, so I have a 3rd one coming in. And I didn't pay as much for the 3rd one, so I'm okay with that. And one of these will end up as a PIF over at, involved in a PIF I'm going to do over at Toast. Now for folks at Toast, I have been kind of absent here recently, and I do apologize for that. Just working so much and doing things, it just got let go. But since I know we were off the weekend, we got a really nice little growth here to shave today. And I got to thinking, why not do a little demonstration of technique with trunk tools sometimes. So I got my Starling back, and Jayara, when he had it, decked out this nice little box for it. A beautiful little box, got a little latch on the front of it there and everything, and that's a beautiful little case for the Starling. So I figured, well, what we'll do then is we'll stick a new blade in the Starling, and I'm going to use the open comb base, and we'll put the Starling up against whatever this is, 3 days growth or whatever it is, and see if we can make the Starling, which is, some people would tell you not the best razor in the world, but like we always say, blade's a blade, a razor. If it holds the blade good and it's a good sharp blade, you should be able to get a good shave out of it. So we're going to put that theory to test here. We've got the open comb plate on it, like I said. And everybody, this thing just got back from its a little sharing there, a little pass around, and everybody took such good care of it. I appreciate that, everybody, and getting it back to me. So let's see what we do. We're going to use the Morning Toast soap, Vintage Life. Dan made this soap for a few of us Toast members, and it's a really nice soap. It's got a really nice scent. And this one, he said some people are thinking the scent's fading pretty good, but I keep it in a closed top container. I don't keep all my soaps in closed top containers. Matter of fact, most of my soaps aren't in closed top containers, but this one is, and he seems to think that's helping. You can still really get the lime and the well, it's really nice ginger, and I should have wrote on it what the scents are. I'm not good with scents. But anyway, I know it's got the ginger in it. You can really smell the ginger, and it's lime. It's really nice. Alright, so we're going to get that going here. We're using our little cheaper, less expensive, more cost efficient, however you want to look at it, little Turkish boar brush. Just because I like that little simple brush. I don't know, I've been loving this thing. Alright, so we get the, boy, that rag smells good. I had been shopping for laundry detergent the other day, and I picked up some Purex brand.
I don't remember what the scent is, but it's really nice. I don't buy Tide and Gain and stuff like that. A lot of times I'll get the Arm & Hammer or the Purex, and they're about a third of the price. Nah, they're not a third of the price. They're less than 2/3 of the price of the rest of them, let's put it that way. And they do really good, I think. Alright, here we go. Let's see what the Starling does. Morning Toast soap with the Turkish boar brush. As you can see, the Morning Toast is really nice this morning. And we've got French Market with chicory, K-Cup, and our mug from Canada this morning. Thank you, Nine, again. Old Patrick up there fixed me up, Patrick and Katie. Alright, so here we go. The first pass, we're going with the grain, of course. Now, I told someone the other day, and I think I actually helped them out, they were having problems shaving, and they use unmentionables. They're not using real razors. But I told them that it would help out if they mapped out their beard to know which way everything went. And I had talked to them a couple of days after that. And they were telling me how much that helped their shave. If you're going to go with the grain, then you need to know which way the grain goes. So let your beard grow out a little bit. Feel around. Use witch hazel. For some reason, seems to me, and again, I could be wrong, it may just be in my head. Notice we're also doing some skin stretching this morning with the sorry here. But for some reason, I think putting witch hazel on actually helps the whiskers stand up some, where you can feel them better. And then you can tell which direction your beard grows, because some of it, mine grows pretty much north and south, but some of them have weird swirly patterns and things. Now, I normally don't clean off between shaves, but we're going to look at what the Starling did on the first pass. And you'll notice that what it did was, it cleaned up nicely on the first pass. It did a really good job. I can still feel here that we've got a little more work to do, but that's what would be expected. Put a little water on the end of a brush. So I've got to get back to toast. I keep an eye on it, make sure there's not any reported posts and things of that nature. I get emails for that kind of stuff, and it never is. Now, one thing I did do was I bought a small package to cut the advertisements out. It's like 50,000 page views, they call it. And I was amazed to find out that 50,000 page views doesn't make it but maybe half the month. Maybe. And so anyway, for about half the month, you won't have any ads when you're on toast. The other half of the month you will. But I've got to get back over that way, and I realized the other day I've got some folks I need to catch back up with and stuff. I don't know about y'all, but I tend to live in orbits. And as I'm making my orbit, there's some people that, I'm doing my orbit, and there's some people that come into the orbit and they're there for a while, and then someone's orbit changes a little bit and they're not as much in it. And I find that I'm not very good at going out of my orbit to do that. Of course, I'm, like I said before, I'm not a real people person at all. With the exception of work. I'm just not a real people person. So I've got some people I need to catch up with. I don't know if y'all have that problem or not. That you look around and it's, man, I ain't talked to them in a while. Matter of fact, I got a text yesterday from a pretty good buddy of mine. real good buddy of mine. And he said, "Are you still alive?" I got to thinking, darn, I ain't texted with him in a while, have I? But anyway, I'll get caught up at toast and get back on the roll. I've been meaning to put together a summertime PIF over there for a while. I got a lather catcher I'm gonna put in it, and some tobacco's gonna go in it. I think I got a shave stick, a tobacco shave stick that may go in it, and I might make that a separate one. There's no telling, but there's gonna be some vintage Williams in it, and you know, all kinds of good stuff that's gonna go in that kind of summertime giveaway there. I think Ordinary Shaver is doing a giveaway maybe on his YouTube channel. Maybe I saw that the other day. Alright, get a little cleanup going here. Like I said, with the witch hazel, I just think with the witch hazel you can feel better what's left, what's needed to be done. Boy, goatee trimmed up nice. I'll get a little more under the bottom. But the overall impression of the Starling on the pass around was that, well, it'll get the job done, but it's not as good, not as nice, whatever, as vintage. And I agree with that. But it does an okay job. It really does. Matter of fact, it does just as good a job as any razor. Razor, blade to blade, right? It's just not as much fun. It's, I don't know. Some of it's in my head because I'm not really a new razor guy. I like the vintage stuff, and I understand that to start with too. So there we go. Look at there. 2 lather passes with the Morning Toast soap by Dan with a Turkish brush. And we are cleaned up very, very nice for work. Got some good coffee going this morning. As usual, I slept in as long as I could. I used to worry about getting up early and I don't really do that anymore. I sleep in as long as I can. And then I get up. Now, one thing I should have done is got a haircut this weekend. So I don't know if any of y'all use hair tonic, or if, you know, you just kind of like old flash boredom there and just shave it all. I don't know. I hadn't got there yet. So I like me a little Jerry's. Now, this doesn't have the oil, but it does have some glycerin in it. Makes my scalp feel good too. And when my hair gets a little longer, I like to use a little hair tonic in it and comb it down. I wear a hat anyway at work, so it's not going to be a big deal, but that'll dry off, and I feel like it just makes everything better. And I guess if you feel it makes everything better, that's the important thing. Alright, so that's going to be our shave today. We're going to throw a little bit of the Clubman Musk on. I realize it's Monday, but, you know, I didn't do the menthol Monday this morning. Sorry about that. I decided I wanted to do some toast stuff, and got a little bit of sting from the aftershave there, which I always enjoy. To me, that tells me that the razor did some work. I like to look at it. Well, there we are, all cleaned up with the hair cleaned up and everything. We're ready to go to work. So y'all have a great day wherever you are. Hope life's going good. If it's not, I hope it turns around and orbits around to where it is. And remember, you got friends that sometimes are just outside your orbit. If you nudge just a little bit, you can get back in contact. Probably not a bad thing. Anyway, that's enough philosophical crap for today. We'll see y'all next time. Wherever you are, whoever you are, happy shaves to you.